Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. I hope you're having an amazing week. So, competition, healthy, unhealthy? What do you think? When you think about the word competition, it's quite an evocative word, and for some people they'll see competition as fantastic. It's something that helps inspire them, propel them, help them to move forward faster. For other people, they'll step back when they hear the word competition because they hate the thought of people labeling them as competitive. Now, the case for and against, like everything in life, it's never black and white. It's never good, bad. It's always about balancing the scales because competition can be very good, can be very healthy. If you look at a lot of things in life, it's competition that has helped create that new product, that development, that idea. Just look at things like the GPS and the internet. If you go back many years ago, the race to get to the moon, well, that race, that space race, which was underpinned by the Cold War. Now, of course, the Cold War was not good for us and created a whole heap of insecurity. And yet the race to get to the moon, for the country to have the first person on the moon, helped us end up with things like the GPS and the internet and new technologies that we rely on today. But at the other end of the spectrum, when you think about competition, where it's all about one person getting everything, it's all about solo and individual gain, when it's all about you, well, that's when competition can get all-consuming and enter negative territory. So if you want to be able to balance the scales, if you want to be able to use that competitive spirit for good, harness it for collective gain, then it's about considering how you win well, rather than at the opposite end of the spectrum, thinking about how you win at all costs. When you approach competition from that winning well mindset, you set up an environment which is collaborative, it's values driven. The outcome is a good outcome. It's an outcome where you're considering the needs of other people, that you're striving to end up with an outcome that is not just about one person gaining. When you're doing this, the process that you're using, whether it's a decision-making process or something else, you take a broader perspective. It's more transparent. It's ethics and principles-based, because at the core of that approach is a love of learning and a recognition that when things go wrong, if things go off track, if there's some form of failure as you're working through the process, it's a great opportunity to learn. Shying away from competition isn't going to help you make progress, and it's not going to help you succeed in life, nor is it going to help your ability to influence and be able to get things done. So competition, it's here, it's with us. The question for you is, how are you using that competitive spirit? How are you finding a way to embrace it? Use it so it helps you, but also so that it helps the people around you. So rather than ignoring competition and shying away from the concept of competitive spirit, you're finding a way to make it work for you. The creative genius Walt Disney once said, "I've been up against tough competition all my life, and I wouldn't know how to get along without it." So the question for you to consider, how are you going to use competition? How are you going to use competitive forces to drive you forward, but forward in a way that's good for you and those around you? Take care. I'll see you next week.